Hello, beautiful people. What's poppin'? Okay, we have to talk about this. We have to talk about this because what just happened? I remember watching this video and I have felt like deep secondhand embarrassment. And then I had to really figure out why. Like, who's actually in the wrong? For those of you who don't know what went down, basically during the Oscars, you know, they make some jokes. They've had people like Ricky Gervais, I believe. He'll say off the wall things. But they had Chris Rock, and I feel like he wasn't doing too much, honestly. I didn't watch the full Oscars, but shoot, I feel like now I got to. What happened was Chris Rock had made a joke that was directed towards Jada Smith, who is Will Smith's wife, about how she had like a shaved head. And you know, it all started out as fun and games, or people were laughing, and then things took a turn for the worse. And I'm gonna insert the clip in this video.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
As you can see, Chris Rock got the life knocked out of him. And I thought Will Smith punched him, but apparently it was a slap. And I think it's really interesting to see something so off script. Like, that's a very rare thing to see in these settings where someone is showing true anger and is not being like not politically correct, but is not being very PR'd. Like, they're not. Will Smith did not care, is what I'm trying to say. And so I was thinking, after I felt like really secondhand embarrassment for Will Smith because he acted out of straight emotion. He was very pissed that Chris Rock made a joke at the expense of Jada. I didn't even realize until later that Jada wasn't doing it as like a fashion statement or like a statement of empowerment. She actually suffers from alopecia, which is a condition that basically some people have it differently. There's levels to it. Some people lose all the hair on their body, and some people just lose like the hair on their eyebrows or maybe their head. I don't know what the case is for Jada, but it would have been an okay joke if it wasn't a medical condition. But I was thinking about who's in the wrong here. Like, is it like, can you be mad at Will Smith for defending his wife? Or did Chris Rock not deserve that? I personally think that violence is never the answer. Like, I understand standing up for yourself, making a stance, especially in that setting. But I think also, I don't know, like, I was talking to my friend about this, and he was like, I'm pretty sure Chris Rock knew that she suffered from alopecia. And that would have made it even more messed up, I think, for him to make that joke. Especially because the other jokes were pretty vanilla. They weren't very crazy. So, as we ask ourselves the question, who's in the wrong? I don't think that there is really a wrong or right. It's just what is. Do I think Will Smith should have smacked Chris Rock on national television? Or in any case, no, I don't. And I'm pretty sure he did an apology, which we'll get into. What I want to see is Jada's reaction. Like, was she like, yeah, that's my man, you better smack him? Or was she like, what the heck? Like when Kanye went up on stage and was like, Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish, and Beyonce was like, bruh, oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Was she like that, or was she like, oh, I gotta move my mouth so work thinks I'm working? Or was she like, oh yeah, that's my man, da da da. Now, so I just would have loved to see the reaction of Jada, and also even like Serena, like just to see, because fast forward to Will Smith's acceptance speech, he ends up winning Best Actor, I believe, or Best Lead Actor, something like that. Fast forward to his speech, he talks about like, oh, you see, that was like a instance of me defending my family. And I get it, but damn, like, smacking someone? And I'm pretty sure Chris Rock and Will Smith are friends. Imagine how awkward that is afterwards, because Chris Rock was shook. He was like, oh, that just happened. And I will say, this is probably great for the Oscars. The Oscars are probably so happy because people are finally tuning in. Like, I swear nobody was watching I didn't even know the Oscars was happening until this. So I think this is good for the Oscars. But my point is that I was very interested to see how he responded in his acceptance speech, because he didn't directly apologize to Chris Rock. He just was like, this is an explanation of my actions. He was like crying, he was very emotional. He was talking about how King Richard's, the dad was the one who's defending, which I have to watch that movie, but anyways, defending his two daughters. And I was just like, man, like, I just wish that he had like, and he even made a joke of like, oh, I hope the Academy lets me back in to, he was like, oh, I feel like I'm not gonna get invited back to the Oscars. Which no, because he is publicity now, so they probably will want him back. But yeah, I just saw that and I was like, ooh, I was cringing. But I'll also insert a brief clip of his acceptance speech.
I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people and to be a river to my people. And I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay. Thank you. Hope the Academy invites me back. Thank you.
He actually just came out with an actual like apology, and I'm gonna read it to y'all. Violence in all forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. Which, yeah. But I guess I understand what he's saying with jokes at my expense is like, he said it's a part of the job. I actually don't think jokes at the expense of Will is a part of, maybe it is a part of the whole allure of like the Oscars and like trying to humble celebrities. But I also was toying with this idea of like, is he just too big to where he doesn't like jokes? I don't think that's the case. I don't think that he can't handle a joke towards himself. Like, I don't think that he's like so prideful that he's like, don't make fun of me. But at the same time, I don't think it's a part of the job. I think anyone in life ever, whether you're an actor or not, has had to deal with like a joke being made at their expense. I'm pretty sure that happens across industries. So I will say I disagree with him on that piece. But I 100% agree with the fact that Jada's medical condition is like nothing to be played around with. And then he added, I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. Ew. I bet you he had somebody sit there and write that with him. But it does feel like honest, I guess. I wonder if Chris and Will are gonna still be friends. That's just, I hope that beef is squashed, honestly. I'm happy he directly apologized to Chris, because I don't know, I just feel like that, like, he reacted emotionally, I'll give him that much. And then he cursed on TV, and that's expensive for TV, like for production studios or whatever, to curse on live television. I actually don't know if it was live, but probably was, because you can still find the actual clip with him saying, "Keep my wife's name out mouth." And I was like, and then he said it louder the second time. Oh my god. If I was Chris Rock, I would have just fallen on the ground. I honestly would have given up at that point. I would not continue the show. Chris is, wow. He got slapped, bro. He got slapped and then was like, oh wow. And then got yelled at and then had to continue hosting. And I can only imagine how awkward the rest of the night was for people. Speaking of awkward, what had me geeking was Lupita Nyong'o's reaction. She was in the background and she was like, that would have been me. I'd have been like, I say all this to say, this will definitely go down in the history books of like highlights of the Oscars. One of them was when Ellen took that selfie with all those famous people. Speaking of, Lupita was in that selfie too. So very interesting that she's in two like frames of iconic Oscars moments. She better go off. I love that girl. Anyways, I just wanted to comment on something that I think will be talked about for a while. Like my entire Instagram feed is this story, and it's also Will's first, I think his first Oscar win for that specific category. And it's sad that this will probably trump the news of, like, nobody's talking about, oh, he won this specific, it's his first time winning this specific category. Everybody's talking about what he did. But hey, Will helped with the ratings. That was something. I will say, it's not okay to make jokes about people with medical conditions. I feel like I haven't emphasized that enough in this video. But wow, is violence the answer? Probably not. Anyways, thank you for listening to this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Will is in the right? Do you think Will is in the wrong? Was Chris pushing it too far? Let me know what you think. And with that being said, in case no one told you today, I love you. Bye.